and welcome back. It's good to see you. I know it's been a while since we put anything new out there, but we're going to try to explain and demystify a little bit upgrading from 3.01 to 3.1 of NSX-T. First, we're going to download the upgrade file from the VMware download site. Then you can see the size of that MUB is a little over 6 gigabytes, so that download, depending on your speeds, might take a little while. Now, once we've downloaded it, we need to locate that MUB file and upload it. This will take quite a while as well, so I'll speed up this recording just a bit. It actually took over 20 minutes. Once we have our module uploaded, we can proceed by clicking the Upgrade button and agreeing to the license agreement, and then proceed with the Next button. We'll refresh our browser and see the Continue with Upgrade link. Next, we will run the pre-checks. These are very valuable, as you'll see, in getting a clean upgrade. As you can see, I've got some work to do on my Edge nodes. I'll fix that Edge password, Home Labs, and get it set for all 14 Edge nodes so that the passwords are not expired. And then we'll come back to the upgrade coordinator. Oh, look what else needs to be upgraded. The NSX intelligence has to be upgraded before the hosts. Good thing I checked. Another download and upload process is necessary for that NSX intelligence appliance. Depending on the amount of data that you have in your NSX intelligence database, the process could also be quite lengthy. You can watch this process by viewing the progress bar, or you can click on Recent Logs link to examine the step-by-step recent progress. I've reduced my memory in the NSXi appliance, so it may be a more lengthy process. Mileage may vary, but this took nearly an hour in real time. The next warning encountered was the lack of a recent NSX backup. Let's go ahead and back up our NSX manager. Now we can run our pre-checks again. Yay! All pre-checks are now showing success. We'll now click Next to proceed with the upgrade. The Edge configuration lets us decide whether we go serial or parallel, all the edges at once or one at a time, and each group is defined in this manner. We will run it in parallel without any pausing. Just try to push these upgrades out. Let's click Start. This will proceed. This actually took more than 4 hours in my lab. In hindsight, I probably would have removed some edges and rebuilt them after the upgrade process. Live and learn. Some of the NSX Manager errors, memory errors, were popping up. Again, my NSX Manager has reduced memory. I'm going to speed this up again for the timing in this video so you don't have to watch 4 hours worth of video for Edge upgrades. Again, you can look at the progress bars, or you can see the details as they appear in the NSX Manager. We can also, go in and look at the logs from start to finish. After the reboot of 192.168.0.33, you can see the version in the console of the NSX Edge 02, which has that IP address. We can also check the upgrade status on the Edge CLI, as you can see by entering the Get Upgrade Progress Status command. Use the up arrow and rerun that command will update the progress. In the NSX Manager, you can see successfully completed steps, while steps that are in progress show on the NSX Edge CLI. As we get closer to the finish, we can see all the steps in the process to upgrading an Edge node. I put a timer on one of the last edge nodes, and it took about 30 minutes to get all the steps done on each node. We can view the upgrade steps and see the elapsed time in the CLI. Each step is itemized until that upgrade is finished. If we look in var log upgrade, we see the history log showing a start time of about 1730 and end time of 1754, meaning that edge took a little over 24 minutes to upgrade. As it occurred multiple times during the edge process, the manager or Proton service went into a down state, but it self-recovered. So we can also expand the group to watch the individual node progress. If I expose the CLI alongside the progress bar, we can kind of look side by side at that progress. Let's take a peek to see if the edge tunnels remain available across the versions. Here we see Edge 04 is not yet upgraded, but the tunnel from Edge 05, which is upgraded, is still intact between the two. As the last edge node finishes up, we see a prompt to continue on to the host upgrades. Before we do that, however, we run the post-upgrade checks to ensure a successful upgrade of all the edge nodes. Once that's run, we can proceed to the hosts. All set. Let's start. Since there are some VMs with local storage, I'm going to just power those down and allow those that can be migrated to migrate. We can follow this progress, but I'll speed it up a little bit. We turn back to the upgrade page to track then the progress. We follow the progress, kind of going back and forth, seeing the steps proceed on the NSX Manager, noticing the maintenance mode in the vSphere client. I'm going to try to examine the host upgrade process by calling NSX CLI. Oops. It appears I may have interrupted the process. I retry to continue, but it moves right to the next host. I empty the host, partially manually, and follow the process only on the NSX Manager, not calling NSX CLI on that host. As you can see, the progress resumed for my second host, but a problem in leaving NSX maintenance mode is preventing DRS from migrating the VMs. I'm going to do that manually. Additionally, I power down the supervisor VMs for Tanzu, and they restart on the available host. I have to do this in the host client, not through vCenter. Now we can follow the edge nodes vMotioning to the upgraded host transport node, and we'll watch the upgrade on the NSX Manager. You can see the steps as they progress through prepare, copy, dry run, install. If you watch, each step shows in that details pane on the upgrade page. Both hosts have now been successfully upgraded. Now we'll run the post checks. No host with issues. Yay! We move next to the manager by clicking the next button. We read the warning acknowledging the fact that a restart is going to occur. It will disconnect our browser. It's expected, so we'll just be patient and reload our browser after a few minutes. We actually waited to try in about 5 minutes. It wasn't quite ready. We reconnected at about 10 minutes. Reboots can take a little while. Be patient. Might be a good idea to go get a cup or a drink if the sun's over the yardarm. We could check the CLI, but I'm a little bit nervous after what happened with the host. But as you can see, checking the console of the NSX Manager shows some progress. It's been about 15 minutes since our browser disconnected. Let's go back to the browser. Apparently, all our services are not yet up and running. The CLI shows the upgrade is still working on steps. Logging into the manager and get upgrade progress status shows how far we've come and that we aren't done yet. We're now about 25 minutes past the reboot. We see run policy migration tool as a command. At 30 minutes, the Corfu compactor _ upgrade runner shows up. After about 35 minutes after reboot, we see Start Manager. Well, we can now log back into the UI and see what the CLI told us. Manager is not yet started. We'll wait a couple minutes for this page to refresh. In the CLI, you can see Start Manager has been in progress for more than 7 minutes. When we log back in, you see the CIP acceptance dialog box. Except that, notice that dark mode is on upon the first login. We get a message in the UI to go into the CLI to restart the service install upgrade. Refresh our browser, we see our upgraded NSX Manager. We also see our hosts and the edge nodes with the new versions. Guess I could start up those edge nodes. We'll see all configured and successfully upgraded. Finished and all is up and functioning with the upgrade complete. Now in my lab, this took a good number of hours. I guess I probably ran it for almost 10 hours. Mileage obviously may vary. The pre-upgrade checks, huge. You really want to make sure that you clear anything that the pre-upgrade checks show you. Space considerations are important, but the upgrade coordinator does its job step by step, even if you end up interrupting it and potentially causing a failure. It'll pick up right where it left off. Trust in the upgrade coordinator. It does a nice job. Thank you so much for being with me. I look forward to seeing you again in another version of V. Gandalf Demystifies.